Welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my series review for Amazon's original series, Hanna. Amazon gave us 3 episodes to view, so this is a review for those 3, not the full season. If you don't know how I like to review my series reviews, I like to talk about what I liked and what I did not like, and I talk about anything that stands out before giving my rating at the end. But let's jump into the review. So Hanna follows the journey of an extraordinary young girl raised in the forest as she evades the relentless pursuit of an off-book CIA agent and tries to unearth the truth behind who she is. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, I swear I've seen this before, you'd be right. That's because in 2011, Hanna, with the same name based on the same book, there was a film starring Eric Bana, Saoirse Ronan and Cate Blanchett, and was directed by Joe Wright, who recently directed The Darkest Hour. In my mind, that film was excellent, the story was on point, the acting was fantastic, and there was this one Steadicam shot fight scene that is still held in high regard today with film creators. So to say that it had a lot to live up to was an understatement in my eyes.
She's faking.
Hanna was one of those films that I remember talking about with my friends at the time. We wanted a series because we so loved the world that it had created, and we felt like it had a lot more to show us, to tell us. So now we have more in the format of a series, and I'm not sure I should have wanted it. This time around, Hanna is played by Esme Creed Miles, and the father role is played by Joel Kinnaman. He was one of the reasons I was excited for this series. I loved him in the very dark series called The Killing, and he was excellent in Altered Carbon as Takeshi Kovacs. He brings such presence to the roles that he plays in that I was kind of semi-confident that he was going to be playing Eric. Well, the father figure role, and I thought, it's gonna be okay if he's in it. And it is. When Eric and Hanna are on screen together, it's believable, it's real. The first episode is very reminiscent of the film, and I have to say it was very hard for me not to compare the series to the movie. Nevertheless, the series does do some of its own story, but unfortunately for the most part, the first 3 episodes largely cover the ground of what the film in 2011 covered. My hope is that the subsequent episodes after the first 3 will finally further the story, because honestly, I've seen it all before. They have changed some of the key characters from the film as well that Hanna encounters, and I'm not sure if it's for the better either. Like I said, it's super hard not to compare to the movie. So if I do put the movie aside and judge it as is, then I would say the acting is great, the dialogue is good, and seeing Joel Kinnaman with the other protagonist again from The Killing was awesome. Now they have some damn good on-screen presence. Talking of which, Mirella Enos plays the rogue female agent as per usual. She is excellent on screen, especially when on screen with Joel. The series does have some issues. The pacing of the story seems dragged out. I mean, they've taken 3 episodes to cover the same ground as the film, and I have to say the fighting is substandard. I feel like I'm coming down really hard on the series, but this is just how I feel about these 3 episodes so far. One of the main things about Hanna is her incredible skills at mostly everything. The fighting should be on point and absolutely believable. The first episode, In the Snow in the Woods, the very first hand-to-hand combat fight scene, was excellent in this series. I loved it, it set the tone and pace, and then I felt the subsequent fight scenes were directed and edited by someone else. There was this fight where Hanna's hand should not have been where it was, but it didn't matter because the camera was at such a strange angle that we couldn't make it out anyway. It was just weird. And that is my major issue with Hanna in a nutshell. For everything it gets right, like the cinematography and the acting, it gets wrong, like the pacing and fight sequences. I honestly really want to love this show, and maybe I will when I've seen the rest. Maybe it will work its kinks out and get better. But I have to ask myself this question: in a world where we have a movie that is excellent and set the bar really high, do we need a substandard series? And I'm not sure we do. I can't really rate this series just yet, as I've not seen the full series, but I am wavering between a C+ and a B-, because it does have some great action, it does have some great cinematography, and one of the fight scenes was great. The chemistry between some of the characters is good. I'm not sure I liked what they changed, like I mentioned, but I feel like the series has room to grow, and I'm hoping that it does get there, because like I said, the story is theirs for the taking, and some of the leads are just great. Joel Kinnaman, I think, here has fantastic presence. I'm so looking forward to what he does in the future, and I'm really hoping that this turns out to be much better in the subsequent episodes. Let me know what you think. Are you interested in this? Do you like the film Hanna? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching this. If you found this informative, do subscribe and hit the like button. I do love chatting to my community below, so let's chat about all things Hanna. That is your place to go wild in the comments. But most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.